Hi, I'm Realtor Victor Nawrocki, and for this presentation of how to sell your home in Windermere, I asked a bunch of realtors what you should do to get your home ready to sell. And I got a bunch of different suggestions. I did just that, and I added them to my own. Now, I always say to sell a home, you should think can, clean, available, neutral colors. Now, you would think that would be obvious, but apparently it's not. Clean. When I show a home representing a buyer that is not professionally cleaned, it is the first thing the buyers notice. Often they don't get past it, and they refer to it later as the dirty house. They'll always nickname houses. The front door is the first impression. Make sure that is clean, that the lock works easily, and it doesn't squeak like a haunted house. If it needs painting, just paint the door. It's a very good first impression. Available. Putting restrictions on showing times is ridiculous, but it happens too often. Buyers have limited time, especially when they're traveling to be in town. Don't try to make the buyer fit your schedule. Neutral colors. Your bold choices are beautiful for you, but they may not be the choices of the buyer. While it may be painful, repaint, repaint, repaint. Don't repaint everything white. Try some neutral color, beige or gray. I have some good suggestions. Now, here are some consensus of opinions. Remove your personal items. You want the potential buyer to picture their family in the home, not try to piece together your history. You want them to refer to the house as the house with the large patio, not the house with the guy who played lacrosse. Have a pre-listing inspection. Now, agents will disagree on this point, vehemently disagree. But the main reason for the disagreement on this point is that if you find something in the report that you didn't know about, you'll have to disclose it, even if you repair it. But consider that if there is an issue on the seller's inspection report, which you find, the buyer's inspector will find it too. Nip that scenario in the bud. Case in point, I had an inspection where some insulation was not rolled out properly in the attic crawl space. It's not a big deal. It was just not handled right by the original builder 2 years ago. Well, here's what the buyer said. Well, if the builder made this mistake, what else could they have missed? That's when a small issue becomes big. The same property had 17 bulbs out during our viewing. Some were flickering. In this market, they had 0 competing bids. Any buyer would be concerned that there might be an electrical issue. It wasn't. If you want multiple offers, make sure everything works. I know it's 17 bulbs because I had to buy them. I agree with the agent that said, actually, a pre-listing home inspection puts the ball in the seller's court. You are fully aware of any defects or safety issues, if any. You can either fix or disclose or price accordingly. However, many agents just want to get that home listed as quickly as possible. I don't blame them. Saying that it's up to the buyer to have an inspection is also saying it's up to the buyer to walk away from the sale. Professional photography. Even in a hot market like this, you need to put your best foot forward. Overeager agents who want to post immediately with one photo aren't doing their sellers any favors. In fact, they're hurting the sale because the buyer will perceive that the seller is hiding something. Overeager agents will post a listing with a banner saying, "More photos coming soon." They aren't doing their sellers any favors. The first few days a listing is on the market is buyer driven. On the flip side, MLS in Florida has increased the number of photos to 100. I suggest not posting that many. Leave something to the imagination, something for them to come and see. Often, sellers do not want to pay for photography. If my sellers refuse and the home is unique enough, I will reimburse the seller the cost of photography at closing. Sellers who are residing in the house and refuse to leave for showings, I completely understand that. However, you will be what is remembered about the house. I suggest leaving, but be reachable if there's a question. Especially be reachable during an inspection. Open houses don't sell homes, they sell realtors, statistically. Instead, I would suggest a broker's open. Now, with COVID-19, I would strictly suggest that viewings be limited to one at a time and require masks and booties for all who attend. That's my point of view. I appreciate yours. In the comments section, please like and share. You did good, Manny.